Hello everyone, it's Michael from Mirrors of Consciousness and creator of the Orbifold Tarot with a few updates on the Orbifold Tarot and particularly the Indiegogo campaign currently running until September 1st. Campaign ends on September 1st in this many days. I'll put a little counter here for you so you know how much time is left. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has supported the deck so far, either through your direct contributions or through sharing the link on social media or with your friends, discussing the deck, asking me questions, and getting involved either in any way, either directly on the campaign or through other venues. Of course, a few of you have contributed in much bigger ways through writing reviews or interviewing me or other ways that I may not even be aware of. So I just want to say thank you to all of you for that. It's thanks to you, in fact, that I've reached the point in the campaign that even if the campaign doesn't reach 100% funding, I will still go ahead with production, and all of you who have contributed will get your perks. So there's no need for any concern about that. You will get your perks. I will order the decks as soon as the campaign ends, and I expect to be shipping out by the end of September. So you should get your decks around the end of September, at the latest the very beginning of October, but right now I don't see any delays there, so it should be end of September. I do want to encourage you, those of you who have not yet contributed to the campaign but are thinking about it, to contribute now, because the signed limited edition copies of the Orbifold Tarot are a campaign exclusive. They will not be available after the campaign ends on September 1st. They're not only limited edition, signed and numbered, but they're also at a campaign exclusive price, which is a little bit lower than what the retail price is. So if that's a concern of yours, and I know it is sometimes for me, every dollar counts, I would recommend that you get them now before the price goes up on September 1st. Not only that, but I announced this a few days ago, so it's no longer going to be the next 50 from now, but as of a few days ago, the next 50 people to order a deck will be entered in a draw for this lovely smoky quartz crystal sphere. It's a 50mm sphere, quite clear, with some really beautiful foils and a few rainbows, which I probably will not be able to get exactly on screen, but they are in there somewhere. So that's been donated to the campaign through a friend of mine. So one of you, over the next probably by now 40 or so backers to get a deck, will be entered in the draw for that. There's a second draw also that will end at the end of the campaign on September 1st, which is any contributor at any level, so whether it's $1 or more, you'll be entered in a draw. This is the next 200 people, but again, it was a couple days ago, so it's a few less than that. But 200 people will be entered in a draw for a free 1-hour 4-element reading by video, either by Skype, or I can just record a 1-hour reading for you and send it to you, or I could put it as a private video on YouTube that you can view on YouTube. And it does not necessarily, even though what I'm offering is a 4-element reading, the 4-element reading is loosely based on the first operation of the Opening of the Keys spread. So those of you who are familiar with that spread will know that it's quite comprehensive, quite enlightening, so it's a fairly deep process that you'll be involved in. You can, of course, choose something else. There are a couple of other spreads that I can offer that are also fairly in-depth and would take around an hour. Or you can choose also a personal instructional video on how to use your brand new Orbifold Tarot, for those of you who maybe have watched the videos on YouTube and would like a little bit more instruction. So those two draws will be announced at the campaign close, and again, I encourage you to get in on those. What else? Yes, speaking of videos, I have done several videos, instructional videos on how to use the Orbifold Tarot, but also some of the background. What is an Orbifold? So explaining kind of the theory behind the naming of the deck, which is a little bit beyond tarot itself, but certainly is applicable. And a few others. I'll put 2 playlists up here, actually. I'll put the first playlist I'll put up is everything Orbifold, including some interviews and some other videos that are not necessarily directly related to the deck, but are nonetheless give you some insight into the thinking behind it. And I'll put another playlist there that is all of the basics on the Orbifold, Orbifold Basics series that I'm still adding to. There's a few more videos left to add to the Orbifold Basics series. I'll also be doing a couple of videos on particular spreads that I recommend to do with the deck. Of course, you can do any of your classic spreads that you're familiar with, and I certainly invite you to make up your own, because a couple of them are in fact made up by a friend of mine. So that's about it. Again, thank you for everyone who's contributed to the campaign and supported the deck in whichever ways you have, and all of you, I look forward to seeing you and discussing the deck with you and hearing what your feedback when you get your copies and all of that stuff. It's really fun for me. The whole process has been a great experience, and I'm really satisfied with how it has gone so far. So let's keep it up, and I'll see and hear from you very soon. Campaign ends on September 31st, so get in now.